Michelle. I'm the veterinarian here at the Elmwood Park Zoo. We're about to share with you some of the many different ways that we have come up with in order to get some of our animals to take medications and supplements.
Hi everyone, my name is Abby. I'm a vet tech here at the Elmwood Park Zoo. Have you ever had to medicate one of your pets at home and discovered it's really hard to get them to take pills? We have the same problem sometimes with our zoo animals, so what I'm going to show you today is a recipe for what we call Capy Treats or Capybara Treats. Our capybara Scar is on some medications long term because she's an older animal. We want to help with her arthritis. So what we do is we make a treat for her to hide her pills in. And there you have it. Hi guys, so I brought the container of Capy Treats down to the area. I'm going to wrap a pill up in it and then I'm going to medicate Scar. So I have her medication here and we have a little bit of the Capy Treat here. And all we do is wrap the pill into a little ball and then we'll go give her her treat. Sweetheart. Sometimes some scratches beforehand are good. Okay. You want your treat for today? You think about it? Good girl. And that's how you medicate a capybara.
Here at Elmwood we have 4 North American porcupines: Spork, Ivana, Pokey, and Khaleesi. Now Khaleesi's the only one who's on a long-term medication. She gets medication twice a week. It's a hormone regulator. The other 3, luckily, are not on medications all the time, but they do occasionally get sick and they do occasionally need medications. So how do you medicate a porcupine? Well, the answer is you try to figure out what works for each porcupine. Even though we have 4 porcupines, and they're actually all 4 even related, none of them will take medications the same way as one of the others. So we've come up with 4 different ways to get medications into our 4 different porcupines. Here, take a look. For Khaleesi, we have, she takes a liquid medication, so we put the liquid onto her pieces of rodent block, and then we let it soak in, and then we feed it to her later in the day. So it just is like her eating her normal diet. And then for Pokey, he was a little tricky for us. So we slice up these sweet potatoes and apples into little discs, and then as he's eating the little discs, we squirt the medication onto the food. So that's the only way to kind of trick him into taking his medications. Then we have Spork. So he takes his quite willingly in these little mixes. He actually uses the capybara mix, which is what Scar, our capybara, gets her meds in. So that one is ground up rodent block and banana. And then Ivana, our last porcupine, she also takes her medications in a mix, but she won't take it in the rodent block. So with her, it's New World Primate Biscuit and banana. So as you can see, we have 4 porcupines and we have 4 different ways to medicate them. So here we have Khaleesi. She gets a medication twice a week for a hormonal regulation. And so she is the one that we put the medication on the rodent block and let it soak in, and then we come and feed it to her later in the afternoon. So let's see if she's willing to take her meds for us right now. So the other thing about medicating porcupines is that they are very slow eaters, so you have to be very, very patient with them. So here we have Ivana, and she is getting her porcupine mix that's made with banana and New World Primate. And as you can see, she likes that snack very much. So it's easy for us to put the medication in and mix it into the mixture, and then we just shape it in kind of a round shape because it's easier for them to hold, and then they just go to town chewing on it. So Pokey likes to have his food cut into little discs, and then we put the medication on as he's eating it. So you'll see he'll take his little piece of sweet potato, and we'll take our syringe and squirt it on as he's eating it, and we just kind of help guide it while he eats the rest of his food. So it's not a very quick process, but it gets the job done, and it gets the medication into him. Here we have Spork, and for Spork, his treats are ground up rodent block mixed with banana. So as you can see, he certainly likes his banana and rodent block treats. So by making something that they actually want to eat, makes it much easier for us to medicate them, and then they're much happier about getting their medications.
Hey guys, so another animal that we medicate here at the Elmwood Park Zoo is Carmen, our elk, and Amy is going to show you how we do that with him.
Got our little pill here. Stick it just right in some banana. And he's all set. Look at him. He's ready. He's ready. He'll just take it. He's a good boy.
One of the things that we pride ourselves on is our ability to give medications to animals in a stress-free way. One of the more challenging groups of animals that we have to work with is our herbivorous lizards. Many of them have a very strong bite force and are not always inclined to eat every day. So when we had a situation over the summer where Michael, our iguana, needed some medications every day for several weeks, we came up with this idea to give him lettuce tacos. So I'm going to show you how we make his lettuce tacos. We start out with some very fresh romaine lettuce, and we tear it up into small pieces that are just a bite-sized piece for our big iguana. We then use this Critical Care for Herbivores formula that comes kind of a mushy paste, and we use that as our taco filling, putting a little bit in each of these little tacos. Michael actually likes the way that this Critical Care formula tastes. And then we'll take whatever medication is needed for him, and we just add it to the lettuce tacos, and we roll them up into, you know, your traditional taco shape, and then we are ready to feed them to the iguana. And this has allowed us to work safely with our animals, giving them the medications that they need in a stress-free way.
Hey guys, I'm here with Keeper Caroline, who is going to show us how she uses treats to medicate our peccary Joni. So what I'm going to do, Joni doesn't quite like the pills, and she is very good at finding them. So what we do is we pour out just a little piece of apple, and then we take our pill and we're going to break it open and just shove it in that hole. And then we take another little piece of fruit. Usually banana works really well, but sometimes we can use other fruits, and just shove it in the hole and cover it up. And we'll do this with each of our pills. And then when we give it to her, she doesn't taste that pill, and it works really well. So in order to medicate Joni, Caroline is going to put some enrichment out in her exhibit, and then she's going to hide some of the apple pieces in among her other diet. Joni really likes apples, so she will probably eat those first, and we can keep an eye on her for a few minutes to make sure she gets medicated.
Hi, I'm Holly.
So I'm going to be showing you guys what we use for our red panda here to medicate him. He doesn't really like taking meds. We don't want to put a syringe in his mouth because he's not into that. So when we need to medicate him, we typically make this mixture for him. We use his diet biscuit right here, which is a Missouri leaf eater biscuit, and we grind it down. We add some grapes, some apple, some pear, some bamboo, which he eats a lot of every day. And then we grind it up with a little bit of water to make this kind of soft, squishy mixture that we can form into these little balls that we call Panda Treats. And it's just dry enough that if we flatten it out, we can add a little medication to it, mix it in, and he doesn't even know that it's there. So you'll see in the video he's eating a lot of these little treats, and he doesn't notice whether or not they're medicated or they're just blanks, we call them, if they don't have any medication in them, but he just loves eating them, and it's the perfect way for us to get meds in stress-free. I got 100% sure. Let's see what you got. You want to see what we got first? Keep them on you. That's good. Touch. Good.
Hello guys. So today we're going to be medicating Gerald, our giraffe. He's getting a lot of attention because 2 months ago he had a pedal fracture, and so he's been getting lots of different medications and supplements, and today we're going to bring you along while we medicate him. So he gets a whole bunch of different things. He gets 30 meloxicam tablets, which we have right here, various supplements. So he gets a special compounded alfalfa flavored gabapentin, as well as a hot cook formula, and then thanks to Smart Pack, he's on a huge array of supplements to kind of help him out. Just like your animals at home, if you were to medicate them, usually they're not very looking forward to taking their meds, so we have to hide it in food, just as you would maybe hide a dog's pills and peanut butter at home. So we mix in a bunch of his favorite grains in with all of the things that we have laid out in front of us. Sometimes, if this doesn't work, he also really loves lettuce, so we'll hide some things in like a head of lettuce, just like this guy, and hand it to him. Anything to try to get him to take his meds. So we're gonna try all of these things today. You're great. There's some of the things he's not the biggest fan of, and sometimes he can sniff it out or taste it, and then we have to like mix more grain in or find different ways to try to get him to be interested in it. It's no different than pets at home, I'm sure, or even kids who might be like, this is gross, I don't want to eat this cold medicine. Well, I'll be here trying to get him to take all this meds, but thanks for coming along with us, guys. Bye.